must succeed. Let's make sure that history never forgets the name. Enterprise. Guard out.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Greenville, I am calling battle station. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Good luck.
Stand by.
Ready. Commencing calculations. Turn me there.
Across the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Got a lock onto his coordinates.
And for my next trick, I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them.
No, sir.
Ah! All 13!
I know. I just watched Real Doctor Who just now, that opening, right? I was like, holy. There's always a twist at the end. Oh, fuck me. Oh. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Thank you for joining me here in my Exile channel. Yeah, look, on my last stream, I went over some comments with some users. They must have not liked it. I got a copyright strike for hate speech. I'm like, again, who? Can you give me a hint? What the problem is? Anyway, it's actually really good news for me. I mean, like, aside from Doctor Who, which is don't subscribe to Disney Plus, okay? Don't subscribe to run away. Okay, it's like unclean. Anybody got Disney Plus, you should put a red X on their door. Don't go near it, okay? I'm here for you. I'm a buffer that you need, okay? Oh my God. I've just watched both of them, right? All right, fine. I'm talking about the channel. I'm in a very good place spiritually right now. So thank God. Otherwise, fuck me, I would not be happy. So I got to this community strike. Yeah, what can you do, right? What can you do? And look, if YouTube ends up destroying my channel, it'll happen. You know, there's nothing you can do about it, baby. It's I know. Listen. So but fortunately, spiritually, I'm in a very good place right now. I'm like, now I attribute this to an explosion of. In Judaism, it's called kedusha. I think holiness is the best way to describe it. Like a nuclear seismic explosion of holiness, right? In the near future. I hope the near future. I think it's emanating, obviously forward in time, but I think also backward in time as well, right? And because last week I've been on a spiritual high, like it's really weird. Like it's really, really, really weird. So thank God I would have been really like that it came at the right time because I would have been really bummed by this. But like now I got this I'm like I don't really give a shit, all things considered, right? Like genuinely, I'm hoping the apocalypse happens. So yeah, I'm not joking about that. So you get the strike removed after 3 months or something, and again, whatever. And but generally speaking. Whatever it is. I've got the Rumble channel. I'm on Twitter. I might subscribe to Twitter Blue if YouTube goes down. I'll go to Facebook. I don't really give a shit. Now here's the weird thing, because my channel isn't huge. She cried. I'm not even talking in code. Here's a really weird thing. It's that everybody knows me. Right, it's really weird that like my channel's like a small channel. Everybody knows me, right? I don't want to tell you. I guess when you call people fuckwit enough, they tend to pay attention. I guess. I don't know. So Doctor Who was on. Fuck me! Fuck me! The first episode compared to the second episode was better, right? I think we could say that, right? I think the first episode was better. They really should have aired that last week. Second episode was awful. There is literally nothing to recommend it, right? It is awful. Now, hopefully we're being joined by Brendan from the Sense Fit. But at some point, maybe some others will come up. I do not know. Who knows what dares to dream, right? Oh, did I get a massage? Let me see. Let me get 1 second. I got to send somebody a link. There you go. Look at this professionalism. Yeah, we'll do that now. Doink. We go. I don't know, but this is. I don't know. Man, Doctor Who was really bad. Okay, I just want to be clear. I mean, I'm sure Dad is going to be more upbeat about than me, right? I hope. I thought it was really bad. See, here's the problem they have with Doctor Who, right? Okay. My first question is like, I apply it with logic, like, how'd that happen, right? What? Like, so, you know, we spent a long time puzzling over how Chris Chibnall made his frankly awful Doctor Who. Now, this one is much more competent in many ways, and obviously has more money spent on it. And Ncuti Gatwa is not, Ncuti Gatwa is nowhere near as miscast as the Doctor as Jodie Whittaker was, right? He's been handled atrociously. I think he probably has potential, but he's been handled atrociously. And when I say I don't know. I don't know, right? I really don't know if he could really pull off. Here's the thing. Oh, yeah. So how did he, at best, mediocre, I would say. You know, of all the Doctors, I will put him above Jodie. I prefer, I prefer Hartnell Troughton, Pertwee, Tom Baker, early Baker, late Baker, Peter Davison, right? Colin Baker's Doctor, and his stories were generally speaking shit. And I still love him. Sylvester McCoy. Oh, God, so much better. Paul McGann. John Hurt, obviously. If you're going to count him. Christopher Eccleston. My actual figure, Christopher Eccleston, he looks so pale. He looks like Commander Data. Hey, look at this. This is so weird. This is one of the first ones I think they did. Yeah, he's so pale. He does look like Commander Data from a distance. I don't know what to do. Yeah, he's better, okay, than Ncuti Gatwa. Tennant is, Matt Smith is, but alongside Capaldi is, Jodie isn't, right? That's how it breaks down, right? That's how he's mediocre, right? But how? How does this happen, right? How does this happen? It is when they say that diversity and inclusion is important to them, they're not. Then they really mean it, right? They're not lying. So here's the thing, because we hear it and go, yeah, that's just ticking boxes, right? That's just because you have to look right, right? No. Russell T. Davies has become a devotee of this, and he believes. So when so let's say, you know, you can work out how much you like something, like how much you like Tom Baker's performance as a Doctor, right? And let's say you can quantify that, you know, all the different bits that you like about it into a point, right? Point system. So he gets like Tom Baker gets like a 97%, right? Now Ncuti Gatwa gets like a 27, maybe 32%. Like, however, because he's black, because he's gay, and because he's that adds points to their point system. And then when he says the first time, adds more points, right? So to them, when they see him, they see something as great as Tom Baker, better, the most insanely better. I'm trying to explain the woke mind to you, right? They see what they see is they think it's the greatest ever, right? And the reason they come to that conclusion is mainly because he's black and gay, right? Yet no, he has absolute acting ability, right? And I think he probably could have been honed into a good Doctor, but Fuck me. Listen, thank God there's only 6 weeks to go. I mean, like, whoa. Oh, fuck me. It was rough. Okay. By the way, I have one guess ready. So I'm going to, what the plan is this. I'm going to give you a synopsis again. Didn't take notes, right? I want you to get my first impressions. Oh, God. And it leaves you with, like, a very bad impression. Like they designed it, right? I'll do the chat, and then we'll start bringing guests on, right? That's the plan. But it's again, second episode. There's really nothing to recommend, I would say, other than the costumes, even the special effects. Quite frankly, and the Beatles. Oh God, when they move and talk, they're even less like the Beatles, right? They could have got, I don't know, a tea bag, and it would have looked more like John Lennon. It's like, I want to tell you, like, how did that happen? They must be blowing Eddie Pryor, I guess. I don't know. There was certainly no acting fucking ability on evidence on screen, or ability to, convince you're one of the Beatles. Like, Paul McCartney was fat and Asian in this weird alternate universe. Like, why? Why was Paul McCartney fat and Asian? Why is that happening, right? She looked very good in that costume. That definitely is a better costume. Fine. Okay, fine. I'm trying to deconstruct it in my head. The first episode is very simplistic, but okay, let's go to general vibe first. Here's what they're going for. Harry Potter replacement, right? Harry Potter replacement that's super diverse and super gay, right? But yeah, it is 100% Harry Potter vibes, right? And genuinely, with both episodes, right? Much more with the Devil's Court. 100%, and I think they want to fill that hole that J.K. Rowling left stabbed in the heart of fuck-faced millennials, whoever they were, Gen Zers. I don't know. Oh, it's really bad. Okay, I don't want to sugarcoat it for you. It's really bad. Fine. So here's the plan. That's the vibe they're going for. Super gay Harry Potter replacement, right? 100%. So the first episode, you have you've seen all the clips essentially. They go. Millie Gibson goes in the TARDIS. Millie Gibson is the only one relatable as a human being in this whole thing, right? Yeah, she's the only one who. Again, I hope she comes out of it unscathed. Fuck me. I mean, I just can't imagine this isn't going to get roasted to death. But I know. I guess. I can't. How can that second episode not get roasted to death by the normies? I don't understand. Right? It's so bad. I'm telling you. Anyway, first episode, sorry. Millie Gibson goes in the TARDIS, and I fucking hate that TARDIS. It's way too big. Doesn't really do anything, and they have like, it's essentially like saying, "Hey, Americans, this is what Doctor Who is. I travel around in time and space in this box." Oh, see, they just exposition, steps on a butterfly. We've all seen it, and the Doctor brings the butterfly back to life. I know. I mean, like, maybe because they extended the state of temporal grace from the TARDIS, but that's after it was dead. That's the sort of thing it was, right? He like, right? Remember when Tennant blew into the time crystal to grow? Yeah. So he did that into a butterfly to bring it back to life. I want to tell you. Everything is resting on Ncuti Gatwa, right? Because they think he's the bestest thing ever. They think he's like he's like the best thing since sliced bread. They love him. Oh my God! And when the woke mind sees Ncuti Gatwa, oh my God, they're like, it's like everything. Oh, you know, I think I'm being quite accurate about that. I really do. I think I'm being yeah. So yeah, they go in the TARDIS, and then they go on another random stop, and they're in a scary space station, and there's a monster that chases them. And they go into an elevator and they find the space babies, right? Now, the problem with this is the space babies. Oh, 1 second. I'm just getting a message. Yeah, 1 second. I gotta get. How do I get this link? I get this link over here. Wait, hang on.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Somebody says they're waiting for me, dude. On my backup channel. It doink. Let go. There you go. Please tell all. Doink. Okay, good. Hopefully the message is getting out there. Anyway, fine. Sorry about that. So they then they write. So they're in a scary. It's kind of like in the 90s. There was a very good thing in the Trocadero, which apparently is no longer there. The Alien Experience, right? This was okay. Unlike Doctor Who, this was awesome, right? You go in and everyone's like dressed up like space marines from Aliens, right? And you're in like a space marine kind of set. And the guy's like, yes, we're going to show you we're in a facility where you haven't seen no more. So you look down, nothing to worry about, blah, blah, blah. So then they come out and they go, I'm just going to check your passes, whatever, right? And this was awesome, right? I'm telling you, this was awesome. And then they go out and the light go, poof. And then you get this red light coming going, it's just like you're in Aliens. That's awesome. He comes in with a big gun, says, they've broken out. Follow me. And he takes you running up and down corridors, right? And occasionally you see an alien, and he's like, there's a great strobe light when he's firing at it. It's fucking awesome, okay? It was awesome. So anyway, the point is, what they're running through with the monster looks kind of like that. Like they spent all this money on it. For what? Like, for what? Fucking hell. Anyway, then they go upstairs and they meet space babies, right? So they're babies that can talk badly. And I'm like, I'm sorry, the special effect failed. I think it was the sound mix that failed. It just didn't sync up to the baby's lips. It just failed. I'm sorry. And like babies are super cute, right? And I think babies are cute as well. Don't get me wrong, but like you think they're like cuddly little bouncy ball playthings that oh baby before you've had them. Once you've actually had them, you have. I'm not saying you don't like it. Just like they were clearly presented like the all new Snoo. Remember that? They're supposed to like Cabbage Patch dolls. It was like. Then, like some uncomfortable, clumsy political messaging, and just lots of it, right? Not just a little. Oh, abortion is great. Such a stupid rendition of the abortion argument. I mean, just so dumb, right? Like, oh, God. What else there? Oh, and refugees, right? Like, oh, yeah, you have to let refugees when they reach your shores come in. Oh, fuck off, Russell. Like I literally said, oh, fuck off, Russell, like 3 times. Like, shut up! Goodness sake, just shut up! Oh, he keeps saying, oh, it's very important Doctor Who be reflecting your conversation with Adam Day. Here's the number 1 conversation we're having, you fuck nut cunt. Here's the number 1 conversation we're having. Will you woke fucks just shut up? Oh! Will you just shut up and stop telling us how fucking virtuous you are? You're not! Oh, just shut up! Oh, we're such good people because we want to destroy the economy. What the fuck you fuck nut cunt. It's one thing you're going to talk politics, right? I have to say, like Malcolm Hughes always had like a solid full round argument that wouldn't be destroyed with one fucking question. Like, your entire worldview is a deck of fucking cards. And you know what? We can agree to differ. I was ready to be wrong, all right? I was ready for, I didn't think Biden would be a disaster that he was. I mean, nobody did. Fuck me. I was ready to be wrong. I thought Trump would be the disaster. No, turned out no. Okay, what do you want out of me? Reality is reality. But, you know, we can disagree to differ and shut up about it and actually have some fucking fun. Oh. Anyway, but no. So do a bit of that. And this is a better episode. I want to remind you. This is the better episode. By the way, I've been exiled on this channel for a week. Please hit that subscribe button, right? This is where my content will be, also on YouTube, also on Rumble. Subscribe over at Rumble. Because listen, there's going to be a lot to talk about this week, okay? There's going to be a lot to talk about. Anyway, then they work. Oh, yeah, so the babies were deserted there by an evil Tory government. Yes, that's what it was. The evil Tory government deserted babies to die. Not that the messaging was so intense. Anyway, the doctor then works out a way. Firstly, he works out what the monster is, and it turns out first it's a bloodthirsty, horrible monster that wants to kill them. Then it turns out it's made by the spaceship, the space station, out of their kids' bogies to make a bogey man. Oh God! I have to tell you, when Capaldi interacted with children, it was magical, right? When Tom Baker interacted with children, it's magical. When Judy Garland interacted with children, it's creepy. Okay, just stop with it. It doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't work, and it's always all about him. You know, I'm great. Oh yeah, they lean very much into actually, to Russell's credit, I will say this: that this reinvention of him and being an orphan works very well, right? Forget the origin. Like I'm thinking as a normie coming in from nothing, right? Okay, I'm thinking with two brains. Let's say I'm a normie coming in from nothing. Right, and there's me with my intense Doctor Who knowledge, right? That aspect of Doctor Who doesn't feel like an abnormal development of Doctor Who. The way it came out, it was abnormal, but the way Russell's running with it actually works quite well. Just as a on a storytelling level, right? Yeah, it means timeless. Look, to me, actually, it sounds like this, right? The whole backstory stuff. It sounds like there was some other thing than the timeless child, right? And whatever destroyed Gallifrey that actually did destroy Gallifrey. In between, right? It doesn't seem like he's describing, the flux or whatever, or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't think any of that happened. Right, doesn't make sense. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, right? That's the bottom line. It doesn't matter. So, the monster's made out of bogies as a bloodthirsty monster. So you have a woman who stayed behind in secret to look after the babies to make sure they got fed, because the Tory government wouldn't do that, because they only care about babies before they're born. Oh, fuck off. It really is. Just fuck off, Russell. Fucking idiot politics. I wouldn't mind if it wasn't such a breathtaking failure. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, look, again, Russell, we had money and world peace under Trump, okay? I know these are like knives in your heart. We had money and world peace under Trump. I mean, come on. Just shut up. Anyway, I digress. Then, so the woman's looking after him, blows it out of an airlock, again, very much like Alien. And then as they're watching it being sucked out the airlock, they go, oh, but it's a living being. We got to save it. Oh, no. Right? So then they save the monster, and it turns into a dog at the end, and it howls. And then the doctor gets it. Conveniently, they didn't jettison all the nappies for the last 6 years. So all the methane, they had to stop him swearing. All the methane he then uses as fuel to get the space station to the nice planet that takes in refugees. Fuck off, Russell. Oh, fuck you. Like really, do you want to have this conversation? Right? Do you want to have this conversation about refugees? Really? I I'm happy to actually talk about facts with you. Anyway, that's the first episode, which was the vastly superior one, okay? The vastly superior one. Then the real shit happens with the Devil's Chord, with Jinx Monsoon. Awful. I'm just like awful. I mean, again, looking at the hit, here's what I think, right? I think Russell and crew, I think this era has an incredible arrogance to it, whereas I think his original run had incredible confidence to it, right? And that confidence, I think, was all like frankly, until they got through the first season, right? But this is a very arrogant production because they expected this to be as popular as Harry Potter, that to replace Harry. They thought this was going to be in the stratosphere, right? And Shooty would be beloved by everyone, right? They that's what they thought was going to happen. As far as I understand it, it hasn't even it hasn't gone anywhere on Disney Plus, right? Yeah, 1 second. Let me open this up. Yeah, not looking good. Right, not looking good. Here, we just share this. So there you go. How's it going there? Desperate Housewives, Doing Better, Criminal Minds, Shogun, How I Met Your Mother, Family Guy, X-Men 97, The Simpsons, Modern Family, Grey's Anatomy, and Bluey. All doing better than Doctor Who. Yeah, because someone's going to look at this and go, what is this shit? So, firstly, listen, you got to understand, why did the Bud Light boycott happen? It was partly because people were sick of being lectured, right? But mainly because Norman's actually got to look at somebody who was clearly a male dressing as a female. And most people find that very off-putting. Right? And they just do. I'm sorry. I understand in your gay circles, right? Yeah, it's all groovy, baby. What? Because anything adults do in private is fine. I had no problem with pantomime dames, right? I know, right? This has just got out of hand, right? So look, this is. I just found it very off-putting, right? Like in the same Dylan Mulvaney way, right? Which many people find him very off-putting, and I don't think it's prejudice. Right, it's just like what? Right. So there's that going on, right? The villain turns up. It's a silly magic, witchy villain that has magic powers that doesn't make any bloody sense, right? But okay, it's the daughter of the celestial toy maker. So when he's entombed in salt, which I forgot about, she got let free, right? Or they got let free. That's the first thing. They introduced pronouns. Definitely masculine, definitely they, right? Okay, fine. So they, them, whatever. And it's just like a very weird, like, I don't know. It's like a villain. Okay, imagine insane, super powerful, magical Nazi gay rapist. That's the vibe that Jinx Monsoon gave off, right? Yes, that's what I did get. This was like, I was like, oh god. And it's like terrifying, but not in the right way. So the plot of this one is they go to 1963. They change clothes. They spend time changing clothes. That was probably the best bit of the episode, watching their new outfits. That blue suit is so much better on him than his regular gay club, gay friend, fuck bunny outfit. So they go to Abbey Road, hear the Beatles recording their first album. They start recording. It's nothing like the Beatles, right? Just like it sounds nothing like the Beatles, it looks nothing like the Beatles, right? So this Jinx Monsoon is maestro, and she sucked up all the music in the world, and now she controls all music, and nobody likes music. And there's like Cilla Black, and she's shit, and then everybody hates music, right? Because of this weird, I don't know, pantheon of gods, right? Which is just I'm sorry, it's just shit, right? Bottom line, it's shit. I like Azal, right? You know, the demons, right? I like Sutek, Last of the Osiris. They were good and super powerful. This is just silly, right? It's just so they have this power. They can make physical notes that are like plastic mesh, essentially, and wrap you up in them and suck you out. Yes, you do get Empress and Jinx Monsoon wants to wrap you up and suck you out, right? Yes, exactly. I'm not up for that, Jinx. I know, and I know Russell goes, who wouldn't want to be wrapped up and sucked out? I don't want to be wrapped up and sucked out by Jinx fucking Monsoon, right? And I don't think I'm a bigot for not wanting to be wrapped up and sucked out by Jinx Monsoon, right? I think that's a perfectly rational place to be at. So then, fuck me, I can't remember. They investigate the mystery. They talk to the Beatles, and they look nothing like the Beatles. They look and sound nothing like the Beatles, right? It's like, was it the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the tea making machine, like scans your mind and comes up with a liquid almost, but not exactly like the opposite of what you wanted, right? That is the Beatles. They look nothing like the Beatles. Like, in no way, shape, or form do they, in any way, convince you that. I mean, like, okay, do you remember also at the Trocadero? Do you remember they had this like a Pop Century thing? Was it Pop Century? I can't remember. This like music, and you had animatronic Beatles. They were more motherfucking convincing as the Beatles than these four Muppets. One of which cried like a bitch when they pointed out he looked nothing like a Beatle. Anyway, I digress. And then they play. So then they play a tune to get this super powerful menace to come to them, and the Doctor shits himself and goes and runs and hides. I'm like, and also he was reasonably shit in the first episode. The driving force is Jinx is Millie Gibson, right? She's the catalyst for everything. She's the thing driving everything forward, right? It's really bad. It's really bad. So anyway, so then, Doctor shits himself and hides, and I fucking hated that. Right, I absolutely hated that. It didn't. It showed his vulnerability, but it didn't show his strength either. Right. By the way, solution at the end of the first episode to stop the bogey monster being sucked out. Not by Jinx Monsoon of the airlock, was to throw himself into the airlock and almost get sucked out. I bet there's a lot of sucking out going on in this production, right? That's the vibe I get, and hit the close button. So that was his most heroic moment yet. He hasn't had a Doctor moment yet, and he's acting like he's had, right? He hasn't had a doctor. Even though he say, "I'm the Doctor" in his weird voice, it doesn't really command authority or respect. So anyway, so you got Jinx. So then they have a confrontation and they get away. I think I can't remember. They must get away, I guess. And they go and they want to reintroduce. Then first they go to the future, like Pyramids of Mars. When Sarah Jane goes, it's gonna be fine. I come from 1980, and they go back. I mean, that was done well. It was probably done better than Pyramids of Mars. I like Pyramids of Mars a lot. So that, and then they go back and they have to. It ends up with this thing where they're having this music battle, and the Doctor's trying to work out a chord that would send Jinx Monsoon, Maestro, back to wherever they came from. And as he plays, there's like in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you get a little physical letter note, just kind of ding, 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 and he gets it wrong, and then so Millie gets sucked into what's the thing? Not violin, Stradivarius. Stradivarius gets sucked into that, and the Doctor gets sucked into a drum. He didn't resist. So he gets sucked into the drum, and they can't get. But the piano they were playing the thing in, it was the Abbey Road piano, which the Beatles will do stuff on Adventure. Anyway, they're walking by. John Lennon's walking by. Who looks nothing like John fucking Lennon? Like not a thing like John Lennon, right? They're walking by. They see the piano with the notes hanging upside down, and they start to play. And then Paul McCartney, fat Agent Paul McCartney, comes along, right? And they play together, and they finish the chord, and Jigsaw Zoo sucks away, right? Right. So then it gets worse, right? It's so bad. It's so bad, right? At the very end, you have the doctor turns around to Millie, to Ruby, side. Okay, Ruby, the one thing you need to know about our adventures, we always ends with a twist. And they have a dance number. It always ends with a twist. It always ends with a twist. And they have a fucking dance number. I'm like, do they have it on YouTube? I mean, they must be proud of it. I'm assuming they're proud of it. Oh. It's like, and it's really bad. Like, it's really genuinely bad. There's nothing good about this whatsoever. No, they don't have the twist. It's so fucking bad. Like, I want to tell you. I mean, it's shit beyond shit. It's breathtakingly shit, right? It is. Oh, here, 1 second. Let me pull up an image. Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Could I appeal? Could you hit the like, share, and subscribe? Especially the subscribe. I am on I am on my exile channel for the week. I've been a bad rabbi, and I enjoyed it. 1 second. I'm trying to get an image going here. No, not that. Oh, there we go. Doink. This comes over here. There we go. Doink. She cried. Really? That didn't work. Here, and I got to click on it, I guess. Instagram. Okay, honestly, I'm sick of seeing Strictly Fucking Cut. Where was this image? Oh, here we go. I'm just trying to get here. Your cosmic. I don't want to rate it. I just want. Okay, copy image. No, I guess not. Okay, we're fine with this. Okay, I can say I got a thing extension. Let me save it. Okay. Oh, that was really annoying. There you go. Really annoying is how I would describe Doctor Who. It's shit. Oh, I haven't seen it. How people responded to it. I'm assuming most people think it was shit. It was shit, right? It was shit. All right, let me get through the chat. Anyway, yes, subscribe because I'm over here for the week. Who we got here? P.D. Richards here. Peter Rich, thank you for joining us. Kelly Lynch is here. Hi, am I supposed to be here or at the other way? No, you're at the right way. I'm too old fart to use like me like this. Well, I'm sorry. What can I tell you? These are the vicissitudes of YouTube. Watch Will of the Fans earlier, and some reason Mega Keith's cat phrase comes up to mind, and not wishing everybody good luck. Good luck, everybody. It's shit. That's Colin Archer. Don't Colin Archer. When it's being broadcast, I was stuck in a medical observation tent. Bloody hell. Slowly succumbing to a zombie virus. Still not sure if I didn't get the better. You definitely got the better of it. Until right. Matthew Barrow's here. R.I.P. Doctor Who. Yes, Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren M? Thank you for joining us. Please, as he says, hit the subscribe button. That'd be fan Dabby Double Dozy. That was also David Mullen. You are right, sir. Frankly, I was disappointed, a little angry, and yet relieved in a way. It freed me of the dilemma of watching this. Look, I'll watch it for you. It's so not worth it. It's so not worth it, right? It's like, I was not impressed. It seems clear to me that they were casting and producing the series for themselves. Yes. But they think they're everyone. But they have no interest in the outside, what the outside or the doctor wants to see. It started and the wheels came off roughly 20 minutes in. What is this nonsense? That's such the correct response. Fly Highlanders there doing Fly Highland. I'm here for the week. Copyright strike. What can I do? Not copyright strike. Community strike. Apparently, point of the cast report is might be hate speech. ODS starters is there. ODS starters. There we go. Now, fine. Whizzing through the chat. Fine. One thing that was very evident, just how very Disney and American it was on a production, very saccharine, very whimsical, very camp. Now, they were discussing on Dan's channel the other day, if you can have gravitas and be camp. And I thought, yeah, two things. Simon mentioned Kenneth Williams, and which is an interesting take. And I thought Quentin Crisp. I don't think either of them would make a particularly good Doctor. That's the thing. Can he be camp and have gravitas and have power behind you, right? Which I think the Doctor is, right? There's always a twist at the end. I can't fucking believe that. And my mind's still in free fall about that. There's really, oh my god. HBO AMC going to say, I'm hoping for an apocalypse, Matthew Burrows, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Calling the war captain Gallifrey, remove Wesley Davis, and lock him in Charlotte. Yes. Gary Jones is here. Thank you for joining us. Bobby D Tam 75 is there. You've been sending me a lot of good stuff recently. It's so not good. I mean, I wouldn't even bother trying to watch it. Oh, you know, want to see really good Doctor Who? Here, 1 second. I give him a wrench from here. That'd be awesome. No, I can't. I can't put you in timeout. Dr. Alex is here. Here, 1 second. Here, let me send you a link in a minute. If you want a really good Doctor Who, and I hate to toot my own horn. But there's an episode of season 14 tonight, written by your own fair Rabbi. It's so much better. I'm not fucking joking. It's so much better than what was on tonight, right? So much better on tonight. Gary Jones, the strike was for hate speech, right? Hate speech. Don't Here, 1 second. I'll send you a link in a second when I get to the X-Men 577 here. How you doing, X-Men 577? 8-bit Snake Boy. Do you get a strike? What for now? Not bad before Disney. Well, it's election year, you know. These are the way they... Look, again, I'm in such a good place. I was like, I don't give a shit. I really was. You know, again, my reach seems to be far wider than my channel. I don't understand why. Literally, everybody's like, I heard about the rabbi. Everybody heard what the rabbi said, right? They're all like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know. But whatever. I realize if YouTube goes down, I'm like, I really don't give a fuck. Well, I've got 60 people watching currently now. That's a pretty good. That's pretty good. I feel happy about that. Mecronon is here. How you doing, Mecronon? Thank you for joining us. So they need to change the name of the story to Space Jam, gay time, playtime. Oh yeah, pretty much so. But yeah, after the stream, head over to Dr. Alice's channel for real Doctor Who. I'm not even joking. I forgot I was supposed to be reading out people in the chat. So that's Gary Jones. I said hello to Jobby Dodger. Hello, Jobby Dodger. You know, I wouldn't boast, mate. Actually, I thought the second was better than the first. Really? I would rather shut my finger up my ass and watch that again. And I'm going to watch that again. Oh, Lottie is here doing Lottie for one comment. That was really bad. Lisa Ratz is here. Robert Payne is here. And even survivors of watching the episode. Oh, they don't bother. I mean, really? I can tell you, don't bother. You don't have to bother yourself, right? There's no need. There's absolutely no need whatsoever. There's nothing there worth watching. I don't want to tell you. It's really shit. It's really breathtakingly shit, right? There we go. Send. What about the chat? Doink. Fine. Rising of the King, the writing era shit. I mean, it really is. And I've been reading about the Fourth Doctor from the Fourth Doctor, complete Fourth Doctor, right? From Doctor Who magazine from about 10 years ago. It really throws into high relief, right? The Lennon looked like a standing for Daniel from Stargate. They were awful. There's nothing to recommend the Devil's Court. I mean, I like the costumes. Ben Newbold is here doing Ben. Thank you for joining us. Towards the start of the episode, there was a very strange moan. Maestro did. Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Michael Q is here doing Michael Q. Hello, Rabbi. Oh, boy. I know. I mean, it's worth going back and watching the start of the stream. Because it does I was laughing incoherently. Because it was because I just watched really a good bit of Doctor Who, right? Alien War at the Trocadero. Yeah, got flooded out and turned into Quasar area. Yes, so I heard. Yeah, generally speaking, the space movies, I don't think the special effects work very well. I didn't think the lip sync worked. Charlotte is here. How you doing, Charlotte? I'm going to be looking forward to hearing your take when I doth hear it. I'm always interested in hearing what Charlotte's take on things. Actually, I really am. Fine, here we go. 8% where I said hello to you. I'm nearly caught up with you. Jamie Reese is here. I do like your avatar, Jamie Reese. Don't run the RNLI. I don't want to mean. We'll be there to pick up refugee babe. Oh God, yeah. Oh God, the politics was so heavy-handed. Oh, Rebecca Golder's here. Good luck, everyone. You know what? I'm going to send you a link as well. You know why? Yeah, why not? Indeed. 1 second. We do doink. It was really genuinely missable. If anybody can send Charlotte a link, I don't know how to get in contact with her. And it's not because of restraining order, although it should be. Where are we up to? Oh, you're here. Okay, fine. Everyone's here. Fine. Okay, I am caught up with the chat. So let's stop. You know. There's only so much one Rabbi can bear. Let's start bringing on some other people. First time on the channel, very, very happy. I'm very sorry you're on my backup channel, right? I'm really sorry. I'm sorry you're on my shitty little. What can I tell you? What can I do? Life happens. Here is the censor, Brendan himself. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. With all your talk about SUK all the time, I thought we're suckers for watching the blooming thing.
Oh, we are. It was so bad. I don't know. Listen. The first episode, I was like, okay, mate, this is just, right? But I really hated. I really hated every moment of it. Oh, I really did.
There's too much run. Where do you start? I mean, honestly, oh God, what do I do? Skid in TARDIS, sonic screwdriver that now solves the universe. I mean, it links to iPhones.
They even start bothering me, right? I mean, there's I was like, skidding TARDIS, fine, whatever you're doing it here, but like, I just. How I like everything rests on shooting Gatwa, right? Everything rests on shooting.
What it seemed to me is you had everyone talks about, every review is saying the Shooty and Millie chemistry. Yeah, they've got chemistry, but it's not talking to the audience. No. When they're swaggered in the Devil's Court and they're swaggered in the TARDIS with their new outfits on, the swagger was to each other. They're giggling at each other. They're always having fun with each other. But the audience is watching going, when are we included in this? There's no talking to us. It looks like a production that is so smug, so happy with itself. So
again, I described it was arrogant, right? I found the original production was confident, right? And this look, I'm sorry, I just think Jigs Monsoon is off-putting. Anyway, let me bring in another voice. Hopefully he's ready. Maybe he might like it, right? I don't know. And then I tell you, this guest many times has taught me down, right? Taught me off the ledge, right? So I don't know if you need a stout heart to do such a thing, and they don't come stout. And then Birmingham's King of the Geeks is Dan Havley. How you doing, sir?
Hiya, guys. You okay? Had a good night. Hi, Brendan. Good to see you again. I say, just hearing you backstage. I absolutely fucking loved it, all of it. I thought it was wonderful.
Get out! You loved it. There's always a twist at the end.
So much so that I heard you guys talking. I thought I better dip on this. I have had the best day watching these episodes. The best day.
Really?
I'm absolutely buzzing from both of them. They were outstanding, and I'm not going to give a review here. And so it could be best if I say my if I say my.
Yeah.
But I was curious to what you're going to say. I absolutely fucking loved it. I was wrong about Shooty Gatwa. He was excellent, and I just loved pretty much every minute of both episodes for a multitude of reasons.
I'm glad we have a very panel. Look, honestly, I hated Jigs Monsoon as villain. I just I hated them intently. It seemed like
I mean, I'm prepared to accept that part of my reaction to the second one could be because I was dreading it so much, and it turned out to be not. And it turned out to be not what I thought. I don't even think that was a musical episode. Nobody sang until the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, and what was the song number at the end? That was shit.
I thought it was fine. It's not my it's not to my taste, but I thought the song was pretty good, and it was. I think if you like, I can't give my review here. I can't, but I do think that if you like that kind of entertainment, which I don't really, then you'll probably like that. I thought it was.
You mean what? If you're flaming gay in Russell's Little World?
No,
yeah, sure.
No. In all honesty, I think there are people who do like that kind of. I don't think it was that gay. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Do you know what it reminded me of?
No, I think now we're buying into the trope here that the gay community have claimed musicals. Musicals were around. The gay community do not own musicals. They kind of own Eurovision, but they don't own musicals. I don't agree. I don't know if it was a particularly good musical, but it didn't put me off. It didn't ruin the episode for me. Like, guys, I think I will dip from this because I can see by the looks of it.
Okay, fine. I don't want to be. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right,
I've had the best day, and
wow, I'm like really, I'm amazed.
I feel very, very strongly that Doctor Who's back, and
okay.
I'm really shocked by your reaction because you really like the Church on Ruby Road more than I did, in fact.
Hated it.
But I loved them both episodes, and I've really got anything else I can say. Particularly if Ian's coming on. Ian won't have watched it, but he'll hate them anyway.
Oh, well, that's true.
Is Ian coming on?
I sent him a link.
Yeah, so it's a big thumbs up from me. Doctor Who's back. I was wrong about Ncuti Gatwa. And really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to watching them again, and I'm really looking forward to Boom next week as well. Okay, I'll see. I'll catch up with you both soon. Okay, I'll catch up with you both soon.
See ya.
Bye. Wow. Okay. Well, I love them.
I did actually think. I was waiting for him to say the but, and I'm surprised. I'm in shock. Do you remember Hanna-Barbera did Josie and the Pussycats in outer space? Do you remember those 60s 70s cartoons?
That's certainly how the end felt to me.
Yeah, well, to me, it was like that. You have a drama. Well, sorry, there wasn't much drama in it. You have an adventure, and then in the middle or near the end, they all get their guitars out and they do a sing-song. And that's and to be honest, let's be honest, add the two episodes together. That's 1 hour, 40 minutes. 1 hour, 40 minutes. It's movie length. It's classic Doctor Who length. And it's not the sum of its parts. To me, he tries to, RTD, the clever bit is he always tries to put an emotional stepping stone in here and there. So keeps you hanging on. So you'll see, for example, the TARDIS at the end on the screen, and he's trying to work out who Ruby Sunday is and all the rest of it. And he's hoping you hold on to all those threads through all the rubbish in between. And it has to be put together more cleverly and more. Somebody said to me today that was a love letter to the 60s. It wasn't a love letter to the 60s.
Well, it was a love letter to Rusty Davis. I mean, it was crap.
Yeah, it wasn't a love letter. The love letter to the 60s was An Adventure in Time and Space by Mark Gatiss. That was much better.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree. There was nothing to do with the 60s. I mean, again, it was a love letter to Jinx Monsoon. I can understand why Rusty Davis thought Jinx Monsoon would be good, right? It was... in his world, that's cool, right? I think most people are somewhat put off by somebody clearly male dressing as a woman, and I understand he probably wants to change that, but it's still how most people feel, right? I don't know, like I can't. I don't know, maybe it will take off. I don't know. I'm so shocked that Dan liked it. I'm thinking that. I just can't imagine the Norm is going to like this at all.
Did you think the Maestro, for example? To me, I thought I was watching Doctor Who meets a 1960s comic strip Batman. It was like the Joker.
Yeah. Absolutely. It felt so out of character for Doctor Who, right? Like so deeply out of character. But there's one person, right? There's one person who knew what the right thing to do from the beginning was, right? Who was that one person? He had to be a geek to really work this out. Not just any type of geek, but a mega geek. How you doing, sir?
Thank God I didn't watch it. Do you know what?
I was
my brother watched it though, and he was in the living room, And so I had to go and get something from the kitchen, and I went in.
So he's a normie. What did he think?
He didn't like it. I went in and I had to pass the living room, and the TV was on, and I saw them dancing, and I thought, thank God I'm not watching this shit.
Okay, let me tell you what happened, right? Yeah. They finished the story, and then Shooty looks at Millie and says, one thing I'm going to tell you, Ruby Sunday, about my adventures, there's always a twist at the end. And then they do a song like, there's always a twist at the end.
God, thank God I didn't watch this shit.
It's like shit. I don't know. And like, there's nothing to recommend that said. Dan loved it.
Yeah, well, Dan's a Doctor Who fan, and but everyone's entitled to their opinions. Let if he enjoyed it, enjoyed it. What can anyone say? But he's gonna have a tough time moving forward though, with this Doctor Who.
They're not getting a third season. I think, here's what I think they thought would happen, and here's what I think is going to happen. They thought people are going to see this word, oh my God, this is so fun. It's out there. Oh, it's so cool. And I love shooting. Yay. And people are going, what the fuck? Leave me alone. Essentially. Starry, can I send you a link as well? Do
you know what, mate? I know a lot of people say they didn't mind Doctor being black and stuff like that. But me being a man of color, I think it's an insult that the Doctor is black. I don't think the Doctor should be black. I think race swapping is terrible. If you're going to create something for a man of color, do something original. Don't jump on something else that's been established for X amount of years. I think it's wrong. But that's just my opinion, right? And I didn't think Doctor should be a woman either. So there you go.
I always look at Battlestar Galactica. Right, as the example
the new series,
the example of gender swapping, for example.
Right? Oh, where's my manners? Hi, Brendan.
Sorry.
Good to see you. I've seen you a lot on Type 40. Good to see you.
Good to see you, pal. Sorry, carry on, Rabbi. Sorry.
By the way, Sarah, Starry, and Charlotte, if you can get in contact with me, I'll send you a link for you guys to come on. I would love to hear both your opinions. Right. But I don't have to contact either of you, so I'm sorry.
Did you think this was? To me, this is. I used to like Star Trek Discovery, the very early bit. Yeah. Right. When you think of it now, the fact that you have a bit of an adventure, they suddenly stop, and you have an emotional hand-wringing moment. Then you have another bit of adventure, then another emotional hand-wringing moment when you say, "You're a great friend. Yes, you're decent." This Doctor Who seemed to be like that. We had all these little tiny moments, and it was like, "Ruby, you're amazing." I mean, it's impossible. I heard you saying before I came on, Ruby's turned into the impossible girl again.
Yeah,
it's the same story,
Ruby
isn't it?
The driving, the narrative driving force of the series. Okay, but honestly, I'm still stuck at Jinx Monsoon. So off-putting.
I saw the clip on, I think it was on X, where she was on the piano with the boy. Yeah. And then she says, them, or whoever it is. And I just laughed. I laughed for about 2 minutes. I just thought it was ridiculous. That's the thing. So this is not Doctor Who. And I'm afraid to say this. And I know Dan will be upset. Doctor Who is dead.
Yes. I think it can always live on. If you want to hear good Doctor Who, go to Dr. Alex's channel. There's a good episode on tonight. Written by Humble. That actually is a good episode. I was on that.
Did you write it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's a good one. But it really is genuinely so much better than anything you see tonight, right?
I think anything's going to be better than anything that Russell T is going to cough up now.
And I'm fine with there being a new bold reinvention of Doctor Who. However,
I mean, let me just say that if someone black was cast as a Doctor 20 years ago, I would have been on board for that. But it's because of now. It's because of the times now. I think it's wrong. And also casting a woman as a Doctor was wrong as well. They did it for reasons that it wasn't a good reason for them to do it. That's all I'm saying about that kind of thing. But anyway, I didn't watch the episode, thank God. But I laughed. Your review was hilarious.
Well, it does make great YouTube. Well, okay, may I be a bit narcissistic and say, what did you brought a chime with you when I made a review?
Oh God. The bit where you were talking about them dancing at the end, and the bit where you're talking about what's her name? Monsoon. Well, I can't even pronounce her name. What's the woman's name or the guy's name? Yeah. Jinx Monsoon and stuff like. I mean, for Christ's sakes, right? I don't know how to say this. You have 2 episodes of Doctor Who, and then you have the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh, that all meshes, doesn't it? Well, I can just say everybody's
That's
please
what I'm
don't
saying.
give Dan shit. Nobody give Dan shit. They like. He's allowed to like it.
Everybody's going to be exhausted with that, though. That is just too much. I had a headache after Doctor Who, and that's my favorite
Not if
show.
you're gay and on poppers and like a club, you know, like in between fucking strangers. That's what this Doctor Who's made for, right?
I tell you what, RTD must be in heaven. He's got the Disney budget, the effects were fine, the space station, all that. To do a time gag with the dinosaurs at the beginning, unnecessary. For the sake of a joke, he had all that done. I tell you what, this is indulgence off the scale.
What was that?
The very clunky beginning, right? The first 10 minutes was essentially explaining the premise of Doctor Who to newbies. Like clunkily, right?
Okay.
So it's a famous clip where she steps on the butterfly and turns into.
Oh yeah, I saw the clip. Yeah.
So you know how they resolve that?
No.
That the Doctor brings the butterfly back to life somehow.
Dr. Doolittle.
It's just like I don't understand. Like, I can say maybe he's extended the temporal grace from the TARDIS field somehow, but like the thing was dead. They would have killed it. They would have died. Like it was just silly.
It was I mean, but this is it. I mean, at every level, whether it's the joke, okay, I can accept a joke, but it was also trying to introduce Doctor Who to new people, apparently.
Yeah.
And of course, the Doctor can't interfere. What does he do? He gets Ruby in the TARDIS and he says, I cannot go back to when you were born and finding your mother and all. I cannot do that. But he can bring back a butterfly and change the whole of time. It's a joke, and then suddenly he's serious. I'm sorry, the inconsistencies. The only thing, it was just tonally all over the shop. 1 minute, I mean, it was just, I have to say, Jeopardy in Doctor Who has gone. It is not a drama anymore. It's a series of stunts. I can see why it was put next to Eurovision, because it's just a series of acts. It's just that moment, that moment. Going together.
Right. Again, look, I think they would have done better if they had the first episode last week, frankly. Because that first episode was anywhere near as cringe-inducingly shit as the second episode. Second episode is indefensible. It's like, I love it. But it's the second episode I thought was like, it was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
What did you make of I mean, Doctor Who has started breaking the fourth wall every 5 minutes.
Yeah. So it did that again in the end of the second episode.
Really?
Yeah. They literally just the camera says, Ruby, there's always a twist at the end, and then they do a song number saying called the twist at the end.
But Ian, we even led into But didn't the maestro play the piano chords and played the tune into the theme tune at the beginning? It all blurred together, the whole thing.
Okay. No. I thought she like sucks up this guy who he broke her into the universe, and then she starts playing the Doctor Who theme tune, and it goes into the titles.
Really? They broke the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a qualitatively different Doctor Who.
Yeah. And that's where I have to say it's smug, because it's a nudge. When the maestro killed June Hudson, there was a nudge and a wink at the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's June Hudson?
She costume designer for Tom Baker's final season.
Oh, that's who she was.
Yeah,
I didn't. Oh. Yeah, now you say I remember. Yeah.
It's in jokes. It's in jokes. It's just smug.
I would say arrogant more than smart.
Well, no, this doesn't sound like Doctor Who at all.
No. I can't. The first episode, I can kind of see the DNA of Doctor Who somewhere there, right? But not really. I mean, please tell me
that the babies don't talk. Do they talk?
Oh, babies do talk, but they do it badly. It's a shit effect, right? It totally doesn't convince you. Like everything I'm sure, it totally doesn't convince you in any way, shape, or form. It's real.
But they don't know what to do. I mean, there's one nanny who happens to be an accountant, the most amazing accountant I've ever heard of. This accountant who stays on the ship, looks after them, puts all the nappies in one place, and then in the end, the nappies methane propels the spaceship. This is the level of his clever, award-winning writing. We've come down back to Slovene, back to burping wheelie bin. We've gone back to that level.
For me, I liked all that. But you see, I think that all works when you have it in context of a relatable show with everything is resting on shooting out with soldiers, like everything. And
how was he anyway?
He was good.
Yeah. Okay. I described it at the beginning like this, right? The people who are into DEI, like diversity, they're not just saying it; they actually believe it, right? So let's say you can make out the points of how much you like Tom Baker, right? Tom Baker's Doctor at 97, right, out of 100, right? So then, if you can translate it into a point system, so shooting Gatwa, you watch him, he's like 22, 30 maximum, right? But then, because he's black and gay, adds on 50, right? And he's like the first one ever to do that, adds on another, right? And so when they watch it, they believe he's awesome. They get, he's the most awesome ever, right? Because and they believe he's the most awesome ever, and they're insane. Right.
Well, even some of the reviews were saying that. They said this is probably going to be one of the best Doctors ever. Now, I'm not knocking Shooty. I have to say, him and Millie kept the stories kind of ticking over because there was nothing else really.
I think Millie did. I don't think he did. He has this big monologue with the baby at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
and say, nobody grows up wrong. Right? Yeah, nobody grows up wrong. So yeah, you should definitely cut your balls off if you feel like it, right? He doesn't say, but like nobody grows up wrong, and there's so much like clunky political messaging.
Because the baby said, "Have I grown up wrong?" And that's when he did his speech. And he said,
is there political messages in it as well as
there is.
no,
I
don't. I didn't watch it.
There is. Don't act surprised.
No. The best bit is there's a planet out there that takes refugees, isn't there, Rabbi?
Yeah, there's a good planet. The good planet takes refugees. Yeah. Okay. So the plot of the first episode is they had a space station that grows babies, like artificially inseminates babies and creates babies, and they were defunded, but they weren't allowed to turn the baby making machine off. Essentially, the evil Tory government made the babies die, right? And one person stayed behind to keep them alive.
Okay, so it's got political messages in it. It's got the message in it.
It's got
they break the fourth wall,
and it's clever. It's genius. It's very high level sci-fi. If you keep every bogey, you can make a basement spaceship.
What?
Yeah. They make a monster in the basement.
With
of the space station, and it turns out, firstly, it's a blood-curdling monster that terrifies them, right? Terrifies the Doctor. Doctor shits himself and runs in terror twice.
What? Oh no! How did you say this in your review? He ran away from what? What did he run away from?
He ran away. First, he ran away from the bogey monster, but then he ran away a lot more from Jinx Monsoon. He was terrified of Jinx Monsoon.
What?
It was
because the monster hits 17 hertz decibels or something, and that's the level that scares people, even the Doctor.
Yeah. So anyway, they work out he's made out of bogies, and the woman in charge tries to flush him out the ship, just like they did in Aliens, and then they feel bad because he's a living being, and they try to save him. And the Doctor jumps into the open airlock and manages to close it.
I thought you were scared of him.
Yeah, but then he wasn't. Okay, now you realize he's just a guy. He's the bogey.
Okay. So let me get this straight, right? So they break the fourth wall.
Yep.
They sing. And the Doctor is scared of a monster. The monster's made of bogies.
Yes. Yep. Literally. Okay. Yep. You have the computer wipes the baby's noses, right, and takes the tissues down a chute, and they take the bogies and they make it into a monster, and they made it into a monster so they would because they know children like fairy stories with bogeymen in it.
And And this is the doctor who said, I can't allow one unique creature to be destroyed. And yet, in remembrance of the Daleks, which we all loved, he was happy to do genocide of all the Skaro. You know, he's the one who took Margaret Slevine back to being a baby pod again to then grow again. I mean, suddenly he has an issue with any death at all.
Well, he's not the doctor, is he? Because he got split from a so-called real doctor.
That's why he said he was terrified of Jinx Monsoon. Jinx Monsoon is the Celestial Toymaker's daughter, and she was released. What?
Hold on, but she can't be the daughter because she's a man.
It doesn't matter. Also, no, she's a they.
I'm confused.
She's a they, and clearly has a penis. I mean, didn't whack it in my face, but like very, very clearly presenting as a man dressed as a woman. So it's a they.
Hold on. So, what's so terrifying about this?
Well, Ian, he says in his says in his dialogue, one of the most the shooty doctor says to Ruby in the Devil's Card, he says, I cannot face anybody of the power of the Toymaker again because I was ripped in two. Now they played pitch and toss, for God's sake, you know, and the Toymaker made a mistake, didn't he? And that so destroyed him, a bit like Logopolis destroyed Tom Baker, you know, big stuff, or the Planet of the Spiders, all that radiation. It was up there with that, Ian, that suddenly he was torn in two because they played rounders.
So anyway, so then again, I forget all the layers of awful, right? And you got to go through them. It's shocking. Okay, tomorrow night on this channel, I'm going to do an in-depth review, and we'll do I'll do screen grabs, and we'll go all the way through it. Because like your brain can't comprehend how bad it is. The first one they could have got away with. Second one. So anyway, so the doctor's terrified of it, and she like runs. And I can't face it. And he does this thing with a sonic screwdriver, which looks like a sex toy, and not in a good way. And that makes there's no sound, which then the maestro Jinx Monsoon breaks. And again, she's so off-putting.
Hold on, so is both stories linked in?
No.
Maybe one.
No.
Okay.
No. In fact, they indicate there's about 6 months between them, right? Because in the first story they say it's all around Christmas, right? They connect up her phone and it's Christmas, and they go and visit at Christmas, right? So it's just after Christmas special. Then the next one, when she wants to, they do like in Pyramids of Mars, and she wants to see the future. So, but we all survived. Everything's okay. So fine, I'll take you back to your time. 2024. Yeah. When was it? June or July? So I'm not sure. So 6 months have gone by. But anyways.
What about near the end? I mean, Ian, it gets better. Like the story's finished, Devil's Chord. They've had their song and dance number, and as they're walking towards the TARDIS, you know, Abbey Road, you know,
I forgot.
Yeah.
Yes, they dance on the zebra crossing, and it makes notes, and it
lights up. It's like big.
Yeah. So they do a dance.
Okay, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to throw out the logic of Doctor Who, the actual logic that glues everything together. And now what they're saying is this is kind of like a cartoon fantasy.
No, this is what they're saying. This is a super gay, diverse Harry Potter replacement.
Okay.
This is super gay. In fact, here, 1 second. Look at this poster. Super gay, diverse Harry Potter replacement. I think I just nailed it. That's exactly what they think people are going to look at Jinx Monsoon and go, oh, that's so cool. And the Dark Sniper go, oh, it's the greatest ever. And I'm like, God bless Dan. He did, I guess.
I can't believe that Russell T has done this to Doctor Who. Do you reckon in the future, right, when the contract's all done and everything and he's out of it and Doctor Who's rated less, he'll turn up and say, I did it deliberately because I didn't want it with Disney. I did all this deliberately so I can get out of Disney. I don't know. Maybe that's a long shot.
Rusty Davis's
I think he's
like insanity.
I will give him there is some credit I will give him. I've seen posts on X, etc. tonight. And I get the impression some people are more impressed with virtue signaling, tiny episodes of emotional isolation that makes no sense to a story. There's no plot, no nothing. But in little moments, you think, oh, that 1 minute is brilliant. Oh, and that minute over there was brilliant. And they love it. It's like tiny stunt casting of seconds of scenes. And that is impressing some people to say that Devil's Chord got 9 out of 10, that Space Baby's got about 6 or 7 out of 10. Honestly, to me, Ian, and I, you know, like you, I've seen it and all the rest of it over the years. This is the closest, way beyond Timeless Children. This is a seminal moment, I do think.
Oh wow! Again, right? You know, we all knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't realize it was going to be this
it's
bad.
worse than you thought. It really is generally worse than you thought.
That's terrible.
It like shows such a okay. The Space Babies were. If you've never had kids, you think babies are like cute, like Cabbage Patch dolls. Once you've had kids, you have a very different relationship with babies, right? I don't think you dislike them, but like the way they're acting is so stupid. Oh, that's the thing. Okay. If I was reading from 2004 over Sabbath, right? I take Sabbath off. 2004, I was reading the complete Tom Baker, volume 1 and 2, and you have different people commenting on different Tom Baker stories. And the underlying thing is that how Doctor Who in its DNA has to be very clever. Right, and like if you turn down the sound on like Ark in Space or Invisible, not Invisible, anyway.
Robots are deaf.
So was it deaf?
Robots are deaf. Brilliant.
Robots are deaf. Or I was going the one before, Face of Evil. They look shit. They look like bog standard. They look like but when you listen to them, it's like they're perfectly judged melodrama, right?
Yes, absolutely.
This isn't very clever. Just saying, this isn't look. The reason why was Harry Potter clever, because it had this underlying story of oppression, oppressing the weak, the strong oppressing the weak, and basically the whole fascism. They had a real story at the bottom. This has no story other than Shooty Cat was gay and the Doctor, so yay, be seen.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. He's trying to, he says, "Oh, Buffy," and he talks about Glee, and he talks about Strange New Worlds and Stranger Things. Sorry, he talks about all these things. He's trying to emulate. When the whole point was Doctor Who was unique. Why ever try and imitate something else? Because when you imitate something else, you're just never as good. You might as well stick to what is your unique selling point. And he's now we're very transatlantic now. Doctor Who is now very transatlantic, and it's lost its roots. I actually think he's uprooted them in what he's done tonight. I think he really has.
Right. But you know what, right? I mean, they cast obviously Shooty and Millie. All they had to do, right? If Russell T wanted trans actors to be in it and stuff like that, why didn't he just do something that was Doctor Who? Why did he have to introduce? Look. I think
the message. It's all about the
message.
No,
when you look at it from his end, right? And let me guess what he's trying to. He's trying to fight for the rights of trans people being on screen, people of color being on screen. It doesn't matter if you call it woke. I guess that's what it means. It means getting those people on screen, right? Diversity. Instead of treating it with respect, the Doctor Who show, and having these people in it, because he hasn't. He's literally gone the other way with this. Completely.
Yeah,
right?
it's bizarre.
This doesn't make any sense. None of it.
Yeah, he's very far away from what I would say the essence of Doctor Who is.
Yeah,
and like so far, I wouldn't say it's Doctor Who. It's really not Doctor Who.
Did you think? I mean, there was a moment, and I saw it in the clip before the program, but when the maestro comes down the piano chord or whatever it is, and it's like he's like the child catcher in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yes.
But he's like sniffing out the Doctor.
Yes.
And for a second, you think, oh, we've got a bit of jeopardy. Now, if they continued like that for the rest of the episode, as Ian's saying, if you can do what you want with the representation, but just make sure it is Doctor Who and it works and we have tension. But it was blown again. I mean, it made no sense. Why did the Doctor have a piano on the top floor, on the of the apartment, just for it to play a tune? He could have taken Ruby into a back cupboard and played that blooming tune.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is that he could have had his cake and eat it. Yeah,
he could have really worked, right? He could
have made the whole thing work. He could have had a decent story. I mean, Millie Gibson, it doesn't matter how gay Shooty is. That's who he is, I guess, in real life. They could have surrounded him with some really tense, great stories, so that Doctor Who is back. But why did they choose to go in this direction? That's the question.
Again, because their brain is addled by the woke mind virus.
Yeah, but I mean, Russell T's
really
proved himself. Yeah, but Rabbi, Russell T proved himself in the 2000s, right? That he can write decent Doctor Who.
Since then, his brain got addled by the woke mind virus. We were all fine in 2005. We're all fine in 2015. Brexit and Trump comes along, everyone goes, and they make shit for the rest of their lives. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
He's still got the same political messaging as before. Fine. So you can say tick, because RTD, you expect that. RTD still does puerile humor. Tick, it's in there. As you were saying, Rabbi, I have no problem with the gags as long as there is a whole show behind it.
Right. There is. That's the thing. They're like, okay, in their minds, they think Ncuti Gatwa is the greatest thing ever. And anybody who doesn't think so must be insane or a racist, because he's the greatest thing ever. That's really how they think. And that papers over all the cracks. And if on Friday I watched Dune Part 2 again, right? I've been wanting to have a rewatch of it. I watched it specifically because I wanted to see Austin Butler's performance, right? And Mesmer, he played Fade, the nephew of the bad guy, and he was also in another show I like called Masters of the Air, playing a very different role. That's a great actor, right? That actor commands your attention whenever you see him, right? And he's the caliber of actor that he thinks Ncuti Gatwa is. And he would be a great Doctor, quite frankly. I mean, again, this guy is a fantastic actor. Ncuti just isn't. He's mediocre.
Yeah.
He is just mediocre with another 70, points added on because he's black and gay.
And the point is, Ian, if you ever dared watch the 2 episodes, it did seem to be, as Rabbi's saying, and I have to say, Ncuti comes across, I think, okay. The 2 episodes seem to be a platform made for him, but the platform doesn't have any plot sense. So basically, everything is hinging on him. And Millie working out. And that's why there's moments when they seem to have some good chemistry. They're laughing at each other. They're really happy with each other. They're really into. But the trouble is the plot isn't there. And there's no story really going on there. It's just all platform in Ncuti. As what did RTD say in one of his interviews? He said, in 5 years, I'm so lucky, in 5 years he'll be the new James Bond or something. Well, I tell you what,
this is going to be fair. Yeah, that's his arrogance. It's not going to be the new James Bond. It's not going to be the new Harry Potter, because look, bottom line, it's shit, right? And they don't realize it's shit because they live in a tiny little bubble. Look, here's what you need for your show to succeed, right? They do the normal Disney hypnosis, right? They hype it, and then everybody goes, well, it must be good. They're hyping it so much, right? So it's cool. And then people watch it, they don't want to believe it's as shit as it is. That doesn't really work anymore. The only way to make a show that's good is make a show success is make it good. Fallout, right? Fallout was a good show, so it succeeded. It's that bloody simple. I didn't really like Shogun, but I think Shogun was probably a good show. That's why it succeeded, right? This isn't good enough. Bottom line, it's weird shit of like dancing and the Doctor and like what's going on. Yeah, you know why it's kind of good they don't have classic monsters in this? Because Daleks and Cybermen don't fit in to this universe, right? They got to be like significantly reimagined. Like, okay, remember the Dalek they had in Space Jam, right? That would work in this universe, right? But like Daleks don't.
It's a shame, really, that they're doing this, isn't there, Rabbi? Because the fact that people like us. I mean, I think Gary said it. When I was on Bowstrick's channel, he said, no kids are going to be watching this. And he's right. We are, not me, obviously, but you guys, old Doctor Who fans will watch this. They'll obviously be turned off by this. And that's what they should be catering for, people like you guys. And again, I don't understand the logic behind this. What person sat in the writer's room and said, let's do Doctor Who, and let's have a big dance number at the ending? I don't understand that logic.
What's that? It's designed for moments on TikTok.
Yeah, right? yeah.
That's what it's designed for. Viral moments on TikTok, which are vapid and empty and shallow, frankly. What they should have done, by the way, right, is do a show that's actually like Doctor Who, but you can do it fun, Stephen 17, bubbly, Douglas Adamsy type version of Doctor Who. That's fine. But they should have just had a TikTok exclusive stories, right? Do them in like 2-minute blocks, whatever. And like, and that use that to feed people in. Don't make the actual show shit like it's a TikTok video. And that's really what it feels like, a TikTok video.
You know, RTD used to. I mean, God, we've heard it all, seen all the interviews, we've seen all the documentaries. When he brought it back in 2005, they had tonal meetings. And what it seemed to me with the Devil's Chord, for example, is those first minute or two, I thought if it stays like this, I could live with it just about. 2 people died. The kid died, and then that man was tortured to death. And you think,
no, the kid didn't die. The kid never existed.
Well, yeah, okay. The kid was. Well, is the kid another god thing? Because he comes at the end.
Yeah, because he came back at the end.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Yeah, Ian. Everybody lives. But basically, this man was tortured at the beginning, and you think, right, okay, yeah, we'll go back, we'll do it. Then, yeah, like I said, you have the child catcher moment. But basically, tonally, it is all over the shop, and so they can't be having those meetings anymore. Now, as you said, Rabbi, it is tiny pockets. I saw 2 clips of this, like you did, probably those 2-minute clips of the maestro. They're just releasing bits. They kill because there's no story. It's just here's a moment and here's a moment. Do you like the moments? That's it. It's like watching a 3-minute television.
Yeah, but the thing is, they can achieve that by writing a decent story. If you write a decent script and it's a Doctor Who script, you can pick moments from there. And I can go through the Robots of Death, and there's fantastic moments in that you can put on TikTok. What
they didn't do that. They wrote shit instead.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't understand the logic behind this.
It's weird.
The question that I'd love to be a fly in that writer's room. Who I wonder who was in charge. Yes, we know Russell T was in charge, right? But is all of the people that are writing the scripts in the same tone as him?
Yes.
I mean, what is Stephen Moffat's script going to be like? What's the next one? Stephen Moffat's one, right?
Yeah.
So what's that going to be like? Is that going to be like the old Doctor Who?
Who cares, right? Who knows? Here, do you want to see the? Oh, it hasn't downloaded. I'll play the clip of Maestro hiding from the Doctor in a minute, and you just see how not like the Doctor this character is. I mean, not Maestro. The Doctor hiding from Maestro. He's just not like the Doctor.
Well, he's not the Doctor.
It really isn't, and you're right. It's perplexing. Why not make it like instead of telling me the Doctor, why not have him be the Doctor?
It's such a shame. I have to say, in some of the interviews, he was bigging up Stephen Moffat's Boom. He said this is the big one. I wonder if he realizes that these 2 episodes have done such a bad service for week 2 of Doctor Who. For anybody,
look, I'm glad there's only 6 weeks left. Frankly,
I'm not going to watch any of this stuff because I honestly believe it's not Doctor Who. I mean, the thing is, though, again, right, even when you go back to the Jodie era, they could have had their cake and eat it there as well.
Yes, they could have.
If they had only done what they were supposed to do with a female Doctor, instead of all this messaging and all this nonsense, they could have had a success on their hands. But they didn't.
Ian, even the Jodie Whittaker era was slower than this, as in it was almost more serious. It was almost, it looked as though it was a story. Unlike Flux, take Flux out of that argument.
Honestly, I thought Jodie's stuff got better. It was all awful, but I think it got better as it went along, frankly. Where is it? I'm just trying to find the TV show. So this is the TV shows of yesterday, by the way.
I wonder how many people watched it tonight. The live.
It's not in the top 10. Top 10 TV shows on Disney are they're these. Bloody hell, it's really bad. Look at that. It's I was just checking this to see if it's been updated. It is Bluey. What the hell? I don't know.
Oh, Bluey, that's a children's show, isn't it? Bluey's a children's show, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's not. Desperate Housewives are getting more than Doctor Who. How many years ago was that made? 15, 20 years?
But a really strange thing I've noticed about my nieces, right? And this is the generation, of course. We was watching The Thing, okay, because they wanted to see The Thing. right?
Wow,
So,
what do you think? That's
yeah,
wild.
right. So, I have a point here. So basically, they're watching it, and the first 20 minutes is a bit slow, so they're all mucking around on their phones and stuff.
Right.
Then, when the first monster happens, their attention's completely on the screen. But what was fascinating about this was that when a tense moment happened, when they were cutting themselves, for the blood, my niece got really nervous and she took the control and sped it up. I was like, what the hell are you doing? So what the point I'm trying to make is that it looks like today's generation can't take the stress of even watching a movie.
Yeah. They could never
amazing.
watch Alien, could they?
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Don't you think that's amazing that they can't even take the stress of something that's on screen?
Look, it goes like
Wow.
this. It goes like this. Good times make weak people. Weak times make hard times. Weak people make bad times. Yeah. Bad times make strong people. Strong people make good times. We are at the bad side of that cycle right now, right?
Yeah.
It's again. I like it's so divorced from everything Doctor Who, and it's so shit in a very different way from Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who, right? This is just like again, it's Harry Potter. If you like Harry Potter, fine, but it's gay Harry Potter.
I honestly think that if you're a Doctor Who fan and you don't like the way that this is going, then just don't watch it, and don't even. I try not. I mean, I did put some makeup on. I got to admit, I put some makeup on X this morning, but I really don't want to talk about it. I'm forcing myself not to talk about it. I'll have to talk about other Doctor Who things on Type 40, but. Thank God I never saw this because I would never want to talk about it.
This is so epically bad. It's so much to talk about.
well, I'll listen to you then because I'm not watching this.
The thing that makes it really laugh is I'd love to hear all those Hollywood media agencies saying in their interviews when they make a program, we are trying to be like Doctor Who, because I don't hear anybody saying they want to be like Doctor Who. And from what
nobody wants to be like this Doctor Who.
And from what I saw tonight, I mean, I'm seeing Kelly Lynch in the thread there, Rabbi. I mean, honestly, I think Harry Potter is so much better than this. I mean, I'm sorry, this is
Harry Potter because it's not full of gay shit. All right, frankly,
yeah.
And if you're gay, it's fine. Nobody cares you're gay. They have to go and convince me that it's okay to be gay. But here, look. This is the mentality that we're fighting. Check this out. This was from an interview last week, right, when it was on this tear. RuPaul's Drag Race star Jinx Monsoon, who plays the over-the-top villain, shit beyond shit. I mean, just really bad. Maestro, over-the-top Maestro, in the new Doctor Who says, "Who gives a fuck what the bigots think? I'm not a bigot. I just don't think you're very good." And frankly, it was like, I don't like the Dylan Mulvaney vibe coming off it. The gay rapist Dylan Mulvaney vibe you put off. It's gonna be weird, right? In response to that latest homophobic backlash, Shooty Gatwa, the 15th Doctor, has faced he has faced no backlash. Excuse me. There's people being proved right. For every transphobic, racist, bigot Doctor Who fan that we lose this season, there's going to be 3 to 5. Fuck you. No, there's not. That's the insanity. There's not.
Wasn't there a video? I don't know. I only caught a bit of it where David Tennant was saying that they're on the right side of history.
Oh, listen, that got my channel a copyright strike. I'm not.
No, I was just saying,
channel like a community strike. So,
yeah, I know. I was just saying. I think I saw a bit of that on X. But what kind of people? I hate to say this, but what kind of the people that create Doctor Who and everybody that's doing this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they ashamed that they have to lie on Rotten Tomatoes about the score? And have to lie about people
whatsoever.
But you know what I mean, right? It's like if you're lying about how good it is, then you've got to question what you're doing, right?
Okay, in their mind, what they're doing is for the greater good because they think it is really good, and you just got to stop the narrative of the bigot saying it's no good, right?
Really?
In their mind,
do you really think that they think it's good?
Yes, I do.
Both of you?
I think yes, because I think they think their virtue signaling makes it good. I think that's how they think. Yes.
Plus, they're making they're doing a very dangerous strategic move here, which is, as you saw from that interview, which I hadn't seen, Rabbi, where Jinx Monsoon is basically a bit like Shooty said about touch grass. This whole idea that any fan who, like now, I am a dedicated Doctor Who fan, and I'm upset tonight. And I'm more upset than I was at the time as children. That I am not mentioning the sexuality of Ncuti. I'm not. So I'm not a homophobe. The second thing is I'm not a bigot. I have no problem with the selection of Ncuti Gatwa. I liked him in Sex Education, and I can see what he's got in this. So the issue is I'm criticizing the production. I'm criticizing the writing. I'm criticizing the tone. I'm criticizing what they're doing with Doctor Who. And that means I'm not a bigot. I'm just a critic. And, sorry, stop gaslighting. Stop saying that every Doctor Who fan every Doctor Who fan who criticizes them is a bigot. No. Listen to what we're saying. We're actually talking about the detail, mate. The detail that you've forgotten. RTD, you're supposed to be the custodian of Doctor
Who. Bad one. Look, I can tell you. I think they expected this thing to like catch fire and everybody's going to love it. It was so weird and bonkers and fun, and Ncuti's brilliant. They expected it to be a huge success. I think, look, we said it didn't even get the top 10 on its debut on Disney. Forget it, it's over.
But I don't understand, how you could think that they could think that.
Because they're infected with the woke mind virus. Here, check out this clip, right? This is Dr. Shitting himself.
That was the giggle. Hide!
You what?
We've got to hide!
You never hide!
I can't fight this thing.
What's the music?
What's that?
The music sucks.
Yeah, Matt Marigold's track is also overblown. There's nothing to recommend it, right? There is nothing to recommend it.
I heard music!
Oh my god.
This is the child catcher bit.
Yeah, I absolutely hate this villain. Right?
What's the music? Was it a Bond thing or something? Bad.
It's one of the many things I haven't paid attention to.
This. That's worse than I thought.
Playing that piano.
What?
That was one of the better bits. Ian, that was one of the better bits. I said that was the Jeopardy bit. I mean, that was it.
Yeah, but the Doctor who was carrying in a it's ridiculous. The Doctor never does that.
Let me think.
Picaldi did it in his first episode. I think he left Clara to it at one point, didn't he?
Maybe.
But that was bad writing as well.
It doesn't strike me. I don't remember any classic Doctor doing it.
No, I don't think any of the classic Doctors did it at all. The Doctor's meant to be a hero.
Yeah, this is not a hero.
A male hero.
No, that's not true. He is a hero because he's black and gay, right? And he's like, I'm the best as ever. Oh yeah, I mean, like, he really is. Okay, genuinely, this is what it's like.
But the thing is, though, how I can put it in my head is that I always say this in my head. This is not the real Doctor. The real Doctor, unfortunately, is still the 15th Doctor because he just split from him. It's like if you, I don't know, pick your fingernails and a bit of your fingernail fell off. It's just a fingernail, in my opinion. This isn't the Doctor. This is not the Doctor. I don't know who this is.
The only way on a story level to save Doctor Who at this point, right? The only way is to do a new show that is, I've said this a bunch of times, it's a kind of a reboot, right? It's a Doctor, he's having adventures in time space, he has the TARDIS, everything's kind of new. He's an amnesiac, he has no idea where he comes from. And then as it goes on, like over a few years, but like you see like a cave painting of Troughton or something in the first season to give you some kind of like link to the past. Anyway, so basically it turns out when he regenerates, right, you find out that everything happened post Capaldi wasn't real and time broke up, and they have a big story where they rebooted the universe and rebooted the Doctor, and now you can do everything new. You can do Two and the Sidemen again, right? You can actually go back and do old classic stories and reimagine them. But at the same time it's new, right? You could do you can make it something different. But this is shit. I'm sorry, this is just shit.
You could start off with the line, "Doctor, I let you go." When what's his name, Peter said it, and then you can start off with there. I mean, I agree with you. I think if I was the showrunner, I would start off with that line.
Well, look. In the chat, we have somebody who very much disagrees. Electric X-Ball. He loved the second episode. Okay, good for you, mate. That's okay. It must be a Marmite thing. It must be a Marmite.
But the thing is, though, the show is not worth arguing over. And if somebody likes it, that's great. Let them like it. You know what I mean? But we can only speak from our point of view. You know?
Yeah. Honestly, I went in wanting to like it. I was a bit bummed I had that copyright, that community strike. But I was like, generally speaking, I was in a decent place.
Why did you get a community strike?
Well, because I was talking about David Tennant being, certainly not a groomer, right?
God.
That was a great video as well, because I played David Tennant, being David Tennant, and I played this girl who was a detransitioner who talked about how awful it was. That's literally everything her father cared about was her identity. Anyway, look, again, you want to hear a great Doctor Who episode, go to Dr. Alex's channel. Man, it was really good.
But if I can pick up what, like you said, Electric X-Ball, what he said, I mean, if you like the episode, great. I got the impression that these 2 episodes are Marmite. Some will love them, some will really dislike them. But that's the strategy that's come wrong. RTD had only 8 episodes to revive this whole series. Wouldn't you have surely played safe? Like you said, Rabbi, safe Doctor Who. Just give us...
No, he's not. No, honestly, I think Doctor Who is important to always push forward. But again, he's just bonkers, right? Look, Electric X-Ball, I fundamentally disagree with this point. You said the Doctor should have a thing for everybody. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. I think the Doctor should have a thing for nobody, right? I think he should be... nothing... Everything is always about sex. Everything doesn't always have to be about sex, right? We can have stuff not about sex occasionally, right? Crazily enough, and it's fine. Like I don't understand why everything always has to be about bloody sex. And this is about somebody who's permanently horny. Like, okay, Maggie, have you ever met somebody who was less permanently horny than me?
Do I need to answer that question? I think everybody knows the answer to that one.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, this isn't Doctor Who for me, but if people like it, that's fine. I just hope for the people that like it, I hope this is a success for you guys and you keep Doctor Who alive. But as I said, and I'll state this again, we can only speak from our point of view. That's the whole point of live streams, right? That's the whole point, you know.
Right. Look, why is it that YouTube gets much more traction than anything else? Because of people talking normally about things they care about. Yeah, Rusty Davis said that, we've got to make Doctor Who about the conversation people have today. The main conversation that most people have today is, will you woke fucks just shut up? Just shut up, you cunt. Always going on. They're thirsty. Always so great. Fuck, shut up. Like, God, nobody. There is nobody ever who goes, oh, people in wheelchair. I hate those cunts. Let's go round them up and put them in gas tube. Nobody does that, okay? There is no prejudice against wheelchair users. Leave me alone.
Don't they have to use the Daleks in this? Otherwise, they'll lose the copyright over the Daleks.
But a Dalek just wouldn't fit in, right? Wouldn't fit. Fine, listen, it's 12:15 for me. I'm cream cracking, mate. I want to go to bed. So I want to wrap up. Does anybody have closing thoughts or?
I'm not going to watch. I will. I'll be. I'll support Dan on his channel, obviously, but I'm not going to be watching this anymore. So, well, not anymore. Never. Now I'm going to go back and I'm actually watching the Peter Davison season 20 on my Blu-ray. So I'm going to carry on watching
I'm going through season 15 right now. I'm loving every minute of it. Minute of it.
Yeah. So there you go.
By the way, Electric X-Ball, totally agree. Listen, I hope next week we all love it. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? I'm more optimistic about Biden's chance of winning the election.
Oh man!
What can I tell you?
But
Brendan. Yeah, sorry.
the last thing I would say is that
Yeah.
look, don't rag on people that have a different opinion on you.
Exactly.
That's what makes the world go round, that people have different opinions. And also remember that because people have different opinions, that's how you move forward in life. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you hear someone's opinion, you agree, sometimes you don't. Do you know what I mean? It's all about the knowledge of learning on both sides, and then you can come to your own conclusion. If you don't hear both sides, you ain't going to come to any conclusion. No, you're just going to sit on the fence.
And
So
it's
a good
fine when
thing.
people don't agree with you.
Yeah, it's a good
It's
thing. in my
fine.
opinion.
We forgot
Yeah.
that in the world. It's fine when people don't agree with you.
Yeah, sorry, Brendan.
yeah.
Sorry, matey.
No, it's all right. I mean, just like Rabbi, tomorrow night we'll be trying to just make sense of all this. This is more worrying for me than it has been ever, and I'm trying to just get my thoughts in order. And I agree with you, Ian. I thought any good program made in 2024 would be trying to, when they say inclusive, as in, you know, you don't say love it or hate it or clear off if you don't like it. That's not the way we talk, is it, in 2024? You'd hopefully be saying, look, for the old fans, keep with us and you'll see bits and bobs that you'll like, blah, blah, blah. But they're not. They're saying touch grass, do this, clear off. There's the door. It's rude. It's confrontational. It's aggressive. And this is what I'm finding problematic, because I've heard people who said, I'm leaving on Timeless Children, people who left when it was Jodie Whittaker, and I'm starting to get close to the door myself. And it's worrying that how many people are leaving over these years and how many people are joining. They're going to have to be so confident that they are pulling this together.
Yeah, no, but they're wrong. The bottom line is they're wrong. Right? They're just wrong. Anyway, do you want to plug a channel?
All right, yeah, Brendan, thank you. The Sense Sphere, we're on Sundays at 7. We're after Rabbi, actually, and on and Monday this week at 7 p.m. So we'll have Space Babies tomorrow night, and we'll have Devil's Chord on. Sorry, did I say that right? Sunday night, Monday night.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, we're splitting them up because like you say, you've got a headache. I have to say, gosh, if you do both of them together. So we're going to do that. We do a lot of debates on our channel. So please check out, we've done a 50-odd shows. We only started at the Giggle. That's when we started.
Wow,
so,
blimey, you guys are good.
Wow.
So we've been...
She cried.
But thanks for the shout out. Thanks.
It's good meeting you, Brendan.
Yeah, no, well, I've seen you so many times, you know, on various ends, so it's great to say hello.
Oh, great.
And the same with Rabbi.
Fine. With that, I'm going to wrap up. I am back tomorrow night on my Exile channel. Although we had a nice audience for. You know what? I don't even know the email address of this channel, so I can't get into the YouTube studio and find out what my stats are. I'm like, whatever. I don't give a shit. I really have no idea what the email address is. Anyway, I'm back tomorrow night on this channel. We are going to do a deep dive in probably space, but I don't think I can do both. And then we'll do Devil's Chord. Devil's Chord's so bad though. Oh, it's so bad. Anyway, so if you want to know what it's like without actually watching it, we will do a deep dive tomorrow night with screen grabs that will you will feel experience, but we will take the piss out of it liberally, as should be done. Anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hit the end broadcast when I'm going to hit it again and say good night, good luck, and may your God walk with you, and that with you will.